welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones I already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome newcomers. Thank you so much for being here. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone. We are the 2nd of January 2023. I hope everybody had a great time with your families or your friends. And we are going to start fresh with new patterns for the 2023. Now, my last live that I did on the 31st, I had asked you guys to come up with suggestions, opinions. What would you like to see for 2023? And Miss Rose Giles was the first one to comment on there, saying that she would like to see more of small doilies. So I've created the first one. This is the first pattern of 2023 with a small doily, and I added daisy flower with 2 little leaves. This is optional. You don't have to put it. And I also did like the 3 peacocks with 4 chain and 6 chain the middle one. Also optional, you can just do a small picot or none, just single crochet all the way around. It's up to you. Now I do have the tutorials on these daisies, and also have the tutorial on the leaves, but since it's a small leaf, I'll try to fit into this video. This one I'll leave the link below. You can go directly into the description box. There's a little arrow on the right side below the video. Just click there and all the links will be below in the description box. Now, there's also a link there to slow down, how to slow down the video. You just click on the link and I teach you how you can slow down the video. It's just a click away. Also, there's the CC letters, which is for closed caption. You can just click that, turn that on, and you will read all the stitch that I'm calling out here on the bottom. You could always pause the video, take notes, and go on from there. I want to thank every single one of you for 2022 for being with me, and thank you for the newcomers that joined me and for the ones that are still going to join me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel to grow, and it's extremely important. The more viewer or the more subscription and likes and things like that, this is how YouTube circulates the video more often around the world, and this is how we can invite people more into the channel and keep growing as a family. It's the only way to help us creators, to give us that what do you call it, appreciation of keep going and putting patterns out there for you. Also, please try not to skip the commercials. These are out of YouTube. I'm not in control of that. And if you see the video through it with the commercials, then it's a big thing for them, because obviously YouTube gets paid from these companies of commercials in order to put us out there for free. So I'd really appreciate that. I know sometimes it can be annoying, but it's no different than watching TV, even though sometimes nowadays technology, you can skip commercials on TV, but try to make your best out of it. So I'll be using a 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. I hope you enjoy this small doily. Miss Rose, thank you for your suggestion. Rose Drowse, I hope I'm saying your name properly. So I'll be creating it in the canary yellow. And this is perfect as doily. It's perfect as placemat. And also an idea you can add to the same size in each side of the middle one. You can turn this into a table runner, or 3 the same size, and just attach them at the edge here and use it as a table runner also. So there's so many options for this pattern, right? So we're going to get started. I use 100% cotton thread. Most of the time, 99.9%, this is what I use. These are Portugal threads. I'm sure you can find some other type of threads around your area or online. Best for these doilies is Aunt Lydia number 3, which I absolutely love because it gives you enough of the size bigger, because the thread is a little bit bigger than mine. So this is similar to it, but Aunt Lydia is a little bit thicker than my thread. Okay, so thank you so much. And if you have any other suggestions, please feel free to put it down on the comment what you would like to see. May everyone have a blessed year. Stay strong and keep pushing through. God is there with you. You're never alone. Another thing is, it's nearly impossible for you guys to think that you cannot create something or it's too complicated. We are not born knowing all the stitches or everything in life. We were born babies. We learn to crawl. We learn to walk. We also learn to crochet. So you can do all things as long as you set your mind to it, okay? So let's get started. This one has 33 centimeters, and I'm counting from the edge of the peacots to the other side of the peacot. Obviously, it will be like 30 just from the edge here to the edge here, okay? Please do give a thumbs up. Please do share and tag me along. if you're creating my pieces. It's highly appreciated. You could also join me on my Facebook group, which is private because of all the scamming that's going on. Be careful on the links that says cut or bit. These are scammers. They will go through your phones, your computers, and steal your identity. I can't stress enough to keep warning everyone to stay away from those links. Do not open up. And there's a lot of those scammers in the crochet groups nowadays. Okay, that's why my group is private. You could always request as long as you have a profile. There's also my crochet page. You can follow me there. I also have Instagram. Everything is listed below, and also TikTok. You can just follow into the links below the description box. If you need to email me for a certain pattern or a certain whatever, in case you don't have other social medias, then the link of my email is also below. Thank you, everyone. Let's get started. I also want to mention to you for the leaves and the flower that I put on the doily, it is with hot gun glue, and it's the transparent glue, not the white one. It's not good. This poor thing is years I have it. It's all glued up. It's all messed up, but it works perfectly. So why not, right? So I am going to do the magic circle, which is like an X on my 2 fingers, and then I'm just going to forward my finger. I'm going to come in between the thread here and bring that thread to the front. I'm going to take it out of my finger, so it's almost like making a shoelace knot. And I'm going to do 1 stitch and pull my string to put it in position, have control of it. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do a single and 1, 2 chain. This is for double crochet. I'm coming back in again and doing another double crochet. I'm going to do 1, 2 chain. Just going to pull a little bit. In case you still have a hard time with the magic circle, you can do a 6 chain and close it in with a slip stitch. Now we're going to do groups of 2 double crochet, but incomplete. Okay, so come back in again. And now I have my second double crochet. So I'm going to close it at once. 2 chain space. I'm coming back in again the circle. Take out once. Come back in again. Take out twice. And now close it all together. Chain 2. Come into the circle. Take out once. Come back in. Take out twice. And close it in again. We're going to repeat this 8 times. So we'll have 8 groups of 2 incomplete double crochet all the way around. And then I'm coming here on the last one, or the first one we started, with a slip stitch. So now I've done my 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. I'm going to pull into my string and close it up. And do my 2 chain, and I have my first row complete. So I'm just going to come here right on the between first and second double crochet with a slip stitch. Very simple, nothing to it. I'm going to come back in where I have my 2 chain, do a single and 1 chain. For some of you, 2 chain if your double crochet is bigger. You can do a 2 chain, single and 2 chain, depending upon the size of your tension. Another reminder is if your stitch is extremely tight, then go higher 2 or 3 sizes on the hook, okay? That will help you to loosen up your tension, and your pattern will become bigger instead of crumpling up and being too tight. So now inside of here, I am going to do 4, total of 4 double crochets. That's with the single and my 2 chain, or 1 chain if you're doing single, 1 chain. So I have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's included with this one right here. I'm coming directly into the next space, and I'm again creating groups of 4 double crochet inside of my 2 chain space. Okay, and again, and we're going to repeat this row 2 the same way all the way around. So very simple and very fast doily to create, perfect on any color you'd like for your spring, your summers, your even Christmas. It's up to you. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I finished my groups of 4 double crochet inside of the 2 chain space, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to close with a slip stitch on my second chain that I did after the single. Now I'm just going to pull this to the back, this thread to the back, because like this it won't show that line going up. I think it looks much cleaner. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in where I pulled it to the back, and I'm going to do a single and 2 chain, or 1 chain for some of you. Again, I'm going to do 4 double crochets, 1 per space. This is row 3, and I'm going to do a 3 chain space between them. So I've done my 3 chain coming into the next one right after. There's no space in between the groups, and creating 4 double crochets. Now, no space in between the groups, I mean in the bottom. It's just one right after the other. And up here we're going to do a space of 3 chain. We're going to do this row 3 the same way all the way around, creating 4 groups, or not 4 groups, 4 double crochet groups. And then we're going to, after on the end here, when we do the 3 chain, we're going to close it on the second chain we went up. I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 3 chain. I'm not going to close it where I have the single, or the single and 2 chain. I'm going to close it here on my second one because I don't want it to show too much of a string going up. Okay, now I'm going to come from behind here into the next one and pull my string to the back, and then come again into the front, do a slip stitch, and then into the center of the single. This is just so we don't have that like lining going up. Okay, so single and 2 chain. That's a double crochet inside of these little square of the 3 chain here. We're going to build shells of 2 double crochet, 2 chain space, and 2 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm coming into the next space and creating the shell again. We're going to repeat this all the way around. 2 chain space, come back in and create your 2 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3 into the next one, and create your shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. So this row 4 will be just shells being created all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I'm on my last shell. Now what we're going to do, I want to come and start off my 5th row on the center of the 3 chain here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come into the last chain that we did, single and 2 chain, and I'm just going to take out once and then take out twice, and I'll be right on the center as if we did a 3 chain here. Okay, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do single and 2 chain. I'm going to come back in again and create 3 double crochets total. I'm going to do 2 chain space and coming in to the next shell and create a shell. 2 chain, come back in and create your shell again of 2 double crochets, 2 chain space, and 2 double crochets again. Chain 2, I'm coming into the center of my 3 chain and create 3 double crochets. Chain 2, I'm going to come in and create my shell again. So this row will be the same way all the way around, 2 chain space between the 2 double crochets on the shell, and then again 2 chain and my 3 double crochets. So very simple. And then I'll meet you here at the end after we do our 2 chain. Okay? So I've reached the end. I've done my 2 chain. I'm going to come into my second chain there. I'm going to pull my thread to the back on the next space because I don't want a line to keep forming going up. So you want to try to avoid that as much as you can. Makes it cleaner. Coming into the next space, and I'm doing a single 2 chain. That would be for the double crochet. I'm coming into the 2 chain space and creating a double crochet. We're going to have an increase now of 5 double crochets. So it will be 1 at the beginning and 1 on the end, plus the 3 here. Chain 2, I'm coming into the shell and create my shell. Chain 2 space between the 2 groups on the shell. Chain 2, I'm coming into the 2 chain space and creating 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet. So we're going to do the 3 double crochets that exists from the previous row. So 1 at the beginning, the 3, and 1 more. So we'll have a total of 5 double crochets. Chain 2, and again create your shell. Chain 2. Now you know that if your tension's too loose, then you don't have to do a chain 2. You can do just a chain 1. Okay. And of course, if your tension again is too loose, instead of you using your normal hook, you can go a size smaller. So this is how it's going to be all the way around. Shell, 2 chain, 5 double crochet, and it repeats all the way to the end, and I'll meet you here at the end. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going into row 7 right after. So I'm just arriving the end. I've done my 1 double crochet inside of the space and continuing. So I have my first one, my second one. Hold on a minute. Yep, no, my second one here. Almost got lost there for a second. Good God. So we have 3 and then 4, 5. So I'm going to close it up. And you see how it pretty much comes pretty neat because it won't show that that chain going up. So I'm going to pull it again into the back on my next one. I'm going to come in the same space. I'm going to do a single, 2 chain, and then 2 more for space. No, sorry. What am I talking about? 2 chain, sorry. So single, 2 chain. That's why it's always important to look ahead before you create anything. Coming in, and I'm doing 1 right here. We're going to be doing these increase for the next few rows. So, and then chain 2 and create your shell. 2 chain space between it. So the shells will be always there until the end of the pattern. Chain 2, come into the 2 chain, create another double crochet. So this time we're going to have 7 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one where the chain of 2 is. So we have 7. So pretty much everything is just repeated the same way again. Chain 2, create your shell. Chain 2 space between them. Chain 2 again for space here, and come into your 2 chain, create your double crochet, because we are doing the increase, and then 1 double crochet per space. So we'll have a total of 7 double crochets. And 1 inside of the 2 chain. Chain 2, and then proceed again with the shell. So very simple, nothing to it. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to finish to do row 7, going into row 8. So I'm reaching the end. I'm going to close it on my second chain from the single and 2 chain moving up. Of course, my stitch is always tight with a slip stitch. And then I'm coming into the next one and bringing my string to the back, coming back in to the same one and creating a single 2 chain into the next space where we have the 2 chain, creating a double crochet, chain 2, creating my shell. So I believe this is row 8, 2 chain space, so the shells, they stay the same. Okay, chain 2, coming in to my 2 chain, create, we're always doing the increase, doing a double crochet, next space double crochet, next space double crochet. So we should have 9 double crochets on this row 8. One per space and 1 inside where the 2 chain is. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row 8. 2 chain and continue to create your shell. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 9. Okay, you guys, so I've closed in with a slip stitch. I'm coming into the next one. Pulling my string to the back, coming in the same space, create a single and 2 chain. I'm coming into the 2 chain space with a double crochet, chain 2, create our shell, 2 chain space, and 2 more double crochet. 2 chain, come into the 2 chain space, create a double crochet, and 1 per space. And 1 in the 2 chain space. So now we have 11 double crochets. We're going to proceed the same way all the way to the end, and we're going to change up a little bit on the next row. So create your shell. It's always the same thing until the end. And I'll meet you at the end. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, row 9. Okay. Okay, you guys. So we're going into row 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and going into row 10. So I brought my thread to the back already. I'm going to come in the same space, create my single and 2 chain for double crochet, into the 2 chain space, double crochet, 2 chain, create my shell, 2 chain, and my 2 double crochets. Chain 2, I'm going to come in my 2 chain, create my double crochet, and now we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. On my 5th one, so basically we'll have 6 double crochets, but I'm counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. On my 5th one, I'm going to do chain 3. I'm going to skip a space into the next one and create my 6 double crochets again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the chain space 6. So you'll have 6 on one side, 6 on the other. Chain 2, create your shell, and we're going to repeat the same thing again, doing 6 double crochets on one side and 6 on the other. Chain 2, create again into the 2 chain space, double crochet. So it's my 2nd, my 3rd, my 4th, my 5th, and my 6th double crochet. Chain 3, skip 1 into the next one, and create your 6 double crochets again. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to repeat the same way all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm going into row 11. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I'm going to this time come into the same one, do a single, and chain 2. That will be my double crochet. I'm coming into the next one, well, maybe my tensions, it tends to be always tight. Okay, so double crochet. So we're going to not do the increase. We're doing right away chain 2, coming in and do the shell, chain 2, and 2 more, double crochet for the shell, chain 2. I'm coming directly on top of the double crochet and create 4 double crochets here. So we have 4 double crochets, 1 per space, and I'm coming directly into the 3 chain and doing 5 double crochets inside of the 3 chain. Coming directly, I'm skipping 1, 2, and create my 4 double crochets on this side. So we'll have 4 double crochets on one side, no chain space, 5 double crochets in the center, no chain space, and 4 at the end. And then 2 chain and create your shell. And then repeat the same thing again. Chain 2, go directly on top of the double crochet, create your 4 double crochets, 1 per space. So you'll have 2 left of space, no chain space, and create your 5 double crochets inside of the 3 chain space. And go directly, skip the first to second, and create your 4 double crochets on this side. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. And then we're going to come directly inside of the 2 chain space, and we're going to close it with a single. Come directly again and create the 3 groups of 2 double crochet with a 2 chain space between them. My neighbor's dogs are going crazy again. There's never a dull moment here, and I think I forgot to do. I did. Okay, so I forgot to do a double crochet here. It's 2 groups. 3 groups, I should say. My goodness, where is your head, Maggie? Get it together. Okay, so 2 groups of double crochet, 2 chain. So we're going to do that 3 times, and we have 5 groups of incomplete double crochet of 2. Okay, and a single, no chain space between them. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, going to row 13. Now I'm going to do the walk, so I close in with a slip stitch. Okay, I'm going to do the walk right into the center of the chain, the 2 chain here. So I'll do a single, and then I'm coming directly in, and now this time where we have the shells, we're going to create 3 groups of 2 double crochets in the same space, separated space of 2 chain. Okay, so 3 groups of 2 double crochets inside of the shell this time, coming into the 2 chain, and again a single. So we have a single at the beginning and a single on the next one, and a group of 2 double crochets of 2 chain space between them. And then I'm coming directly into the first double crochet with a incomplete double crochet into the next space, another one, and close it together. 2 chain space into the next space. We're not skipping any spaces down here. 1 complete double crochet and the second, close it all together. Chain 2, again incomplete double crochet into the next space and close it all together. 2 chain into the next space. So we're going to have 5 groups of 2 double crochet incomplete. So I have 4 already. 2 chain space into the next one. and close it all together. So now I have my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming directly into the 2 chain space with a single, and repeat the process again with 3 groups of 2 double crochet, 2 chain space between them, and 2 chain again, and my third group of 2 double crochet where the shell is. Okay, so it's just a repeat all the way around. 3 groups of 2 double crochet, 2 chain space, a single directly into the 2 chain space here, directly into the first incomplete double crochet, the second incomplete, and close it all together. 2 chain space in between them. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, we're going into row 14. Now, row 13, if you realize, it's tending to pull a bit, right? Because we did the singles. There's no chain there, so it sort of like crumples up a bit. But no worries, because on the next row, it's going, which is the last row. Already when you stretch it a bit with your hands, it goes into place. But the next row will fix it into place, okay? So I finished doing my 5 groups. Here's where we started the single, so I'm going to come in with a slip stitch on my single, and I'm coming in to the next space, well, right after the single, in between the groups and the single, and I'm going to do a single again. Now, inside of the space here, I'm going to do 4 on the shell, 4 double crochets. So I have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we close in with a slip stitch on the single, and we did a single right in between the single and the groups. Now I'm going to do, this is optional, remember that. You could have just done one picot or none, just continue to do your double crochets that we're going to do, and then you can do one more row of singles. It's up to you. But I'm going to do chain 4. I'm going to come in and I'm going to close it with a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. I'm going to come into the first one that we closed in, and I'm going to close in with a single. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to come in the same space again, all in the same space, and closed in again. I'm coming into the next space of the shell, and I'm doing 4 double crochets again. So as you can see here, and then I'm going to come in between the group and the single. I'm going to do a single, and right after that single, another single. So I'll have a single on one side of the single from the row below, and another single. I'm going to come in the first space on the 5 groups here and do 4 double crochet. Now if it's too much for you, you can do only 3, but if your tension is good, then you do 4. So next space, I'm going to do 4 double crochets again. So I have 3 and 4. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain again. I'm doing my picots again. So I'm coming in, closing with a single, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to come back in this first one, closing with the single again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back in the first one and closing with the single again. Coming into the next space and create my 4 double crochets, and into my last space here, my 4 double crochets. So we'll have 8 double crochets on one side and 8 double crochets on the other side. Okay, and that's how it's going to look like. So you have 2 groups of 4, so that's 8 plus your 4 chain, your 6 chain, or you can do 3 chain and 5 chain. It's up to you also. And I'm coming directly on the space between the single and the groups with a single, next space a single, between the single and the groups again, and come in and do your 4 double crochets where the shells are. So very simple, nothing to it. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, come in where we've closed off and create your peacock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come in the first one again and single. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come in again, the same one, the first one, and single, and directly into the next shell. So, and do your 4 double crochets. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to complete mine, and then hopefully I have enough room to show you how we're going to do the little leaf. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing the last row. I've blocked my pattern already, and I use laundry softener. It doesn't matter which one that you use for your laundry. Have it in this little plastic container that I bought, spray bottle. I spray over it, I stretch it with my hand, and I light iron. But you don't have to light iron because I'm doing a tutorial. I don't have time to waste for it to dry. So I light iron it. It dries at once, so I can glue my flowers and my leaves. But you can leave on the flat surface, stretch away your hands after you spray back and front, stretch it well, and leave it dry on its own. And it becomes nice and stiff, as you can see. It smells good on top of that. So this is going to be just very quick, nothing to it, to create this little leaf. And I'm just going to move this so you can see it better. So slip stitch knot. This does not count as a chain. So now I do chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chain. You want to go bigger, do odd numbers. Okay, so I'm going to skip the first chain. I'm going to come into my second, and I'm going to do a single. I'm going to come into the next one and do half double crochet into the next one, and I'm going to do a double crochet into the next one. I'm doing triple. Now I'm just going to repeat the same thing on this side because this meets like half of the chain. I'm going to do a triple exactly like we just did. I'm going to do a double. I'm going to do a half exactly like we did at the beginning. And I'm going to do my last one a single. Okay, so you're going to have half of the little leaf here. I'm going to do 1 chain and come back in the same space as we did the last single with a single. Now we're going to work on this side so we can complete the leaf. So I have a single where I have my half. I'm going to do half. Where I have my double, I'm going to do my double crochet, trying to hide my thread here at the same time. I'm going to do my triple, my next triple, and repeat again. My double, I'm going to do my half and my single, and right at the edge here I'm going to do another single just to stay right at the edge with 2 chain, cut my thread, pull through it, and your leaf is pretty much done, ready to go into place to glue it in. Now I'm just tucking the little loose thread back here a bit because we don't want nothing to come apart. Now I will be doing another tutorial on a bigger doily, so because it will take more rows, it takes a few more rows of stitching a little bit differently so it can grow the pattern. And so it gives you ideas. You can put one in the center of the table and 2 the same size on the sides, or just create it for any place in your room, in your home. Okay, and this is the little leaf. So basically we're just gonna glue it on. So it doesn't take that much glue. You can place it wherever you'd like. I'd like to place it like this so I can have in the middle here my leaf coming out. So after I center it, I'm just going to put a bit of glue just to hold it into place and just flatten it down. Compress a bit. Now you want to make sure you don't overdo it. Be careful what you have behind it, because the glue goes through it, right? So I'm just going to put a little bit over here and put my leaf in between. Now make sure when you're putting your leaf in, you get the side that's more pointy going in and not the round side, okay? So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more glue just for the petals to stay in place, and then some on the leaf, and then just lie it down and compress a bit so it can grab onto the material. Make sure that it doesn't go through the back. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit on this one here. And this is transparent glue. As you can see, it's the best to glue these things in. It does not come out of place, but if you use the white one, it will come out of place once you wash it. For some reason, this one doesn't. Don't know why, but I really do like this glue, and I use it in all of my patterns. And this is pretty much it for this tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Miss Rose, I hope you enjoyed this doily. I think it's perfect for any room in the house. And of course, depending upon the colors you use, also makes a whole big difference on the pattern. Okay, so I want to thank every single one of you. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And sharing is caring, so help grow the channel by sharing on your Facebook to your friends, or Messenger, or WhatsApp to your friends and family. And God bless everybody every day, and especially for this whole year. And I'll meet you in the next tutorial with the bigger centerpiece for this doily. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye.